In part 4 of this series on growing Gamble Sands, we learned about the pivot that paid big dividends. Gamble Sands, which opened in 2014 as Golf Digest's best new public course in the country, has been a transformative success for the Gebbers family and a diversification of their ranching and farming.
Whether by design or just good luck, I was on a mission to sort of build golf courses that were fun and playable, and Gamble was my first opportunity in the US post-recession to do exactly that.
The success of that first course had a lot to do with the land and the man they hired to build it. Simply put, David McLay Kidd and his talented team delivered.
I want something that people play and they want to come back. That's how we do our fruit deal. When they eat that sugar bee apple, they want another one, another one. When they play Gamble Sands, I want them to keep coming back.
Gamble Sands, like Bandon Dunes in Oregon and Stream Song in Florida, is a pure golf destination. It's also remote. With a 4-hour drive from Seattle and 2.5 hours from Spokane, they can't miss on delivering a quality experience.
If you're focused on your customer, your end product's going to be good. They're going to be happy. They're going to keep coming back and keep buying your product, whether it's an apple or a cherry or a steak or a round of golf. If we have a good product, they're going to keep coming back, and we want to treat them right for the right price.
There were originally 37 rooms of double occupancy as lodging options, which overlooked the Cascades putting course and out to the Columbia River. They added the 14-hole Quicksands par 3 course in 2021.
Right now, there's a lot of success to be had. The short course has filled a gap that keeps people here. People enjoy it. This time of year, you see the Cascades putting course at night. There's people out till well after dark. It's a cool spot to hang out.
And if that's not enough to keep you occupied, the Columbia River is a prime spot for boating and world-class fishing.
Brewster Frenzy is what we call it.
Really?
Yeah, just because you saw this morning, the sockeye fishing can be pretty nuts, and there's a lot of boats, and it's a big party up here.
In 2023, Gamble Sands did 26,000 rounds on the big course and 5,000 rounds on the par 3 course. And based on that, Gamble Sands and the Gebbers family elected to double down, not only on golf, but on David McLay Kidd.
I told David, I don't want to lose my ball, man. I just want to come play. He built that course here. I can play this course and never lose my ball. I thought it was fantasy, but it's that fun.
Fun enough and good enough to go back to him and say, give me some more.
Absolutely. And make it different. I don't want another, version of the same thing. Can you do something different? And he said it's going to be completely different.
200 yards?
I can never trust a Scotsman.
What is it?
201.
So.
And simultaneously, they began construction on another 40 rooms.
The infrastructure, it's a big key, and we are thinking about that before we go out and sell tee times. How are we not going to oversell? What's 1 + 1 = 3? Does that mean you have to have 3 times the amount of hotel rooms that we do now? I guess the future will tell.
It's March of 2023. Kidd has flown himself into Brewster, Washington from Bend, Oregon. He's laid out their plans on a table in the clubhouse. Kidd is consulting with Nick Sean, his partner in the architectural firm, who will be his co-designer and project manager of a course that has yet to be named.
And everybody can get to this green because it's raging down.
Yeah.
We're lucky enough to get to do all of the golf here at Gamble Sands. We've did the main course and the putting course and the par 3 course and now the second 18. Everyone says, how's it going to be different? And so for us too, we were like, how's it going to be different? So Nick and I, having worked together now for 20 odd years, he was like, maybe I should take the lead more than you. And I was like, you know what? That's probably a good idea. Why don't you take the lead on this and I'll play kind of support. I'll be your backstop. I'll be your sounding board.
We're just low enough that your eyes were right at, you were just seeing like halfway down the water and then everything else.
And we've worked together for so long. We work really well like that together. We can not get upset with one another. If he's like, I really think it should be this, and normally I can talk him out of it. and we can head in another direction, or a lot of the time he's full of ideas and I can pick one, like, I think that's your best idea, and he's like, I think it was too, and I can be like, great, I mean, that's a great idea, like, go with it.
At some point, it all goes from paper on a table to boots on the ground.
So should we just start on 1 and try and do, you know, 1 through 6, 7?
Yep.
The first 6 holes include 2 par 3s, a reachable 4, and 2 par 5s. Or do they? At this point, nothing is set in stone or sand.
All right, let's go. 300 feet of sand. We're eventually going to come into this probably from over there somewhere, right? Pretty cool. It's okay, all the changes happen from here forward. First off, we got to figure out how to actually play golf through it, and then next off, we got to figure out a riddle to put on top of it. I'm having trouble figuring out how we have 9 holes grass this year.
Oh, we need to start. Good.
I think you could sand that up, it's probably okay.
Step by step, we're gonna peel the edge back so we can see in there, and then we can start shaping, right?
Yeah,
We're all agreeing it's gonna be a big green with some sporty shapes.
slightly goes, it's down here, and you know, you're still looking at the surface, but now you got something sharp that you get to putt it up and over, pitch it up and over. It's something wild.
Is there a swale just over this bump, right? I mean, this ridge behind us goes down here and then it goes across the front. Is there a swale on the other side or not?
Like 80 yards in front of us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we go look?
The first 2 holes came together with relative ease.
I told someone the other day, I can't remember, I think I was in Nebraska, they were like, how many times do you walk these holes before the course is open? Like, it's probably hundreds.
A big portion of the land they're using for the second course was cornfields, especially in the area they used for holes 3 through 6.
3, 4, and 5 are sort of virgin golf holes. We haven't touched them yet. So this trip today, I went round a bunch of stuff that we've been shaping and putting irrigation in and looking at little details and stuff. But the main event was to go to 3, 4, and 5 and like, all right, we're starting from scratch. We have 3 holes laid out. What's the story? How are we? What are we going to do? And so all we really need is an idea, an embryonic something to sort of hang our hat on and start. Now, it doesn't always end up where you start, but you got to start. So you're looking at like first principles. You know, the wind's coming from there. They already played this. You know, the land is telling us that. You know, the players are going to enter this way and exit that way. The main line of the irrigation is going to come in this way and go that way. So we're adding up all of those pieces of a puzzle and knowing that the golfer is probably unaware of all of it, but we have to be aware of all of it, and we're putting it all together and saying, how do we make a cool, fun golf hole that when you stand on the tee, you're licking your chops and you want to hit a golf shot? And so that's the first step on all of these things. We also know that middle of the golf course, the course gets harder. And so we're getting them off to a reasonable start. They've got a lot of opportunity to post a score, probably 1 all the way to 17. So you've got 6 holes to maybe get your legs under you, post a score, 3 short 4s, drivable 5s, and then 17, I think the thing gets teeth. And 7 all the way probably to, at least, could be all the way to 13. There's some tough holes in the middle.
Coming up next, it's what's in the middle.
And the great thing about golf is history is measured in centuries. I mean, it isn't measured in centuries yet here, but it's measured in centuries where I come from.